Hello. Happy January 3rd, episode 3 of the Daily with Akeisha. Today's topic, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. It's about the value of a social detox. I feel like I could talk about my 1 month off of Instagram specifically for way more than 20 minutes. But there was a particular part of that detox that when I was talking about my detox with my cousin. Shout out to her for kind of like, what's the word? Bringing this into like articulation. There's one part of the detox that I find super valuable, and I think everyone should take a second, whether that's a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever that is, to try this out for themselves. I think it would be super healthy for everybody. And so it's the value of a social detox with the awareness around your voice, your opinion, your thoughts. We are coming to you live from Mexico. Again, the soundtracks of construction. We've got motorcycles going by. We've got the roosters crowing and the dogs barking. I hope you can hear me. I can't wait to get into my new place in February. I'll have an office, and that'll kind of be home base. But also, I'm in Mexico. There's construction all the time here. And regardless of whether or not I'm traveling or doing whatever, I'm going to be showing up every single day, most likely every morning, to do these talks. Some days are going to be more consistent with the 10 o'clock time. I think that's a really great time for me to do this. But I had a meeting before jumping on here. So I'm coming on now, and we are full swing cutting concrete over there, which is just prime time for your ears if you can hear that. I apologize. Okay, so social detox. What is it? What is a social detox? Well, you can look at it as a social detox from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything that's considered social media, detox from it. I would even say detox from the freaking news. I started doing that, 2018, I stopped watching the news. Oh my God. The amount of shit that's just not in your head, that's not yours. You weren't there. You don't have an opinion of it. You're only hearing one side of the conversation. You're only hearing one objective of the news, regardless of what it is. And you can start to look and talk to people and see that there's way more versions of what's happening in the world. There's way more beauty in the world. There is way more people doing way more good shit in the world that is shown in that little tiny 5-minute section of the news. And so if you're wondering, the world is a horrible place. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It is so fucked up. It is even more fucked up today than it was yesterday. But there are so many amazing things in the world that are happening that can be experienced and shown, and you will be amazed how much leaves your brain as far as chatter goes and doom and gloom goes when you get to start talking to people and start experiencing things and start looking for the good in the world, the good in the people. So that's where you can start. If you're like, I can't get rid of social media, start with what are you waking up to? So I social detoxed from Instagram, and I've very much controlled how much I was on Facebook. If I wasn't on Facebook for a business reason, I was not on Facebook. And I wasn't allowed to scroll through a bunch of stuff and read people's things. Now, I think it's important to be up to date with things, but I also think it's important to understand what's your thoughts, what's your feelings, what's your voice. And where I'm going to go with this is more for the people for everybody. Anyone can take what I'm about to say and apply it to themselves in their own world. But specifically for people that create things for their business, we are overwhelmed with information, people's ways of doing things, their thoughts, their feelings, their stories, which on one hand can be super inspirational, and on the other hand can completely clog up your brain where you start to feel like well, what's my voice? Well, what's my opinion? How do I fit here? And there's a thing with the brain that when it brings on a lot of information, it'll just shut down, because your ego goes, oh, that's too much. Now I can't say it in a different way. Like, this is what it is. Or you might start finding yourself speaking away, speaking to something, feeling opinions, feeling a certain way about XYZ. And then when you step out of that and you question, well, actually, how do I feel? A lot of times you'll feel like you have way different of an opinion, but you couldn't get to that because you're already flooding yourself with everybody else first before flooding you with you. And so when I detoxed, from a business standpoint, it was kind of allowing myself to not be influenced. And influence means good, bad. There's no difference. It's just influence. Whether it's putting me in a direction that I want to go to, or if it's putting me in a direction where it's veering me off my track. That's influence, right? Neither one is good and neither one is bad. You can't look at it good or bad, because influence is simply just changing the way someone thinks or does something. So I was noticing, I was like taking myself out of being influenced by other people in my industry, other people inside industries, other people in complementary industries, other people, saying that this is how you do Instagram, this is how you do this. And I was starting to connect back with, I already know what I need to do. How do I want to do it? And I started just it was really interesting. The first week was just so many ideas flying. The second week was more ideas, but they were more ideas focused on like particular genres. So it was like more ideas just around YouTube, more ideas just around like posting. There was tons of ideas around different kinds of events, and it was just like a flood of things. And once the floodgates were like completely opened and all of that got out of my system, and I wrote it all down, and I just didn't give any significance to anything, because I was like, I'm also filtering out like 17 people's different ways of doing YouTube. I was filtering out, hundreds of people's ways of doing Instagram. Like, I was just letting it all flow out of me. And then I started to connect with me. I started connecting with my voice. My phone is just filled with ideas and topics to share with you all, for myself to go through, for myself to think about. And it was coming from me. Now, when I was like, okay, how am I going to find inspiration? It was a really interesting topic, because a lot of people will say, well, I can't, it's hard for me to get inspired. And like, yes. And what if you just quieted everything and let that thing come through to you? And that thing is what you follow. So prime example of this, of how letting the thing come through to you, and then when social isn't intentional and social just becomes this flood of everyone else, how that can influence you. So I had an idea yesterday to post on my Instagram about the business, about Arbonne. And I was really excited. I went to bed. I was like, yes, I feel aligned with this. I'm going to talk about this. Great. And then I got on Instagram and I started, following up on messages, and I started, just catching up on other people. And I saw that, oh, my idea is being talked about a lot by the same industry people. I need to change my idea. My brain said, you're seeing this a lot. My brain said, oh, you're seeing a lot. You can't repeat it again. It's like too much. It's just overloading your audience. And then I had a conversation with my cousin. I was like, wait. I totally got influence out of doing what I was going to do the night before, because my brain thought that my audience was already seeing it too much. They don't follow the same people I follow. They're not in the same industry as I am necessarily. And who knows, the way that I want to speak about it could be the way that someone in or out of the industry might need to hear it. But my brain got caught up. My brain got influenced. I got influenced. So what I've done since then is I have muted anybody who I get influenced by that kind of shakes me, kind of rattles me in any way. I've muted all their stories and their posts, and I've moved them into a little file inside Instagram, inside the saves, where it's like all those people. So even like social media, like content coaches, I've moved them into a file. So I have to intentionally go to them to get inspiration or, inspiration. That's it. That's just it. Inspiration. Or to check up on them and say, hey, how you doing? Right? Because I don't want to be influenced in a way that takes me away from where I'm going. Now, when it comes to like other things of influence, it's really amazing when you can find influence that shifts you into a mindset or action that propels people forward in their journey of life. I feel like that's empowerment. That's different, right? We're all influencing each other. I hope your intention when you influence people and being influenced is to move you into empowerment of yourself and on further into your journey. I don't ever want to come up and have someone be like, you influenced me and it like moved me in the wrong direction. Like, ouch, that would hurt me. But if it moves someone into empowerment, and if I take people on that move me into empowerment to know what I know and know that I know, and then shift me further into my journey, then cool. But there's that awareness. And it's also that self-judgment. Am I judging myself based on this person? Am I comparing myself to this person? Okay, well, that's not beneficial either. Detox from that. Learn to build the confidence myself and then allow that back into my life, if that works or not. So that's what I wanted to say about the power of a social detox. It's to find your voice. It's to find how you think about something. You can search for different opinions, and I think that is brilliant and amazing, and I'm never going to say never do that. I think searching for opinions and understanding that everyone has their own way of doing things is amazing, but recognize when that starts to shift you out of alignment with you, where that starts to be the first thing that comes into your brain instead of you being the first thing that comes into your brain. You that is empowered and thinking in a gains mentality and thinking in a expansive mentality, right? Connecting you with you, the true you that you be, not the systemized, think only this way, little you, but the big you, the really big one. The one that just wants you to succeed and everyone else to succeed and doesn't believe in competition and there's enough pie to go around for everyone 10 times over. Connect with you in that way should be what flows through you first. So I hope that made sense. I hope that resonated with people. Let me know. And also I want to invite, and I'll remind myself to remind you, but if you're watching these, really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below what's resonating with you. And if you have a conversation or a topic point that you would like me to discuss more or share my point of view on something, feel free. Let me know. I'll take topic submissions for sure. And I think that's really great because then I'm sharing more of like you asked me a question, a conversation, and I'll share my side of it. So yeah, I invite you to offer up whatever you'd like to offer up. Okay, I am going to get back to work and do some things before I take hopefully an afternoon nap because I didn't sleep very well last night. So yeah. Anyways, okay, I love you all. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.